I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex, and today we're going to be breaking down NPC Natural Wellness event, the Battle of the Titans. We're going to talk about one of our classes here that contains the overall winner and go through the placings, talk about the placings, why they landed the way they did, maybe, and also what it means for you as a competitor out there, you know, trying to do your best on stage. That's exactly what I do on this channel, so if you like it, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hang out. We got a lot more coming. All right, so as I said, NPC Natural Battle of the Titans wellness class. So this is a natural wellness class for all of you out there. Always thinking that wellness is only PEDs. Well, it ain't. Okay, we got natural athletes on this screen right now, and we're gonna go through this class. So this is Class B wellness. Contains the overall winner here, Daniela, and then it has over here in second, Sandra, and over here in third, Brianna. Okay, so these are going to be our three that we're going to look at here for starters, and then we'll add another one into the group here in a little bit, the fourth place, in other words. So this is the class that contains the overall winner. That's why we're going to look at it. Let's go over it. So wellness division, as we know, has to be our lower body dominant division. It's where the glutes and the quads and the hamstrings and everything all take the show. So really what we should see is very asymmetrical physiques in this lineup, but that doesn't mean that you want to ignore the upper body. You still need to have size and shape to the shoulders. You still need to taper into the waist well. You still need to have all these markers. You just want to make sure that lower body is clearly dominant compared. So looking at our winner here, Daniela, we can definitely see that it's all there. She has that good shoulder shape overall. It really ties in nicely. Bicep and tricep do match that. She's got the waist taper and overall this dramatic V tapered look, but the lower body is still very clearly dominant, and that's what you would want to see. So not only does she win this class, she goes on to win that overall. You can see the glute depth, dimensionality here, that 3D kind of effect, the upper glute shape, the quads and the hamstrings that are very developed, very large, and clearly and imbalanced to the upper body. So very complete wellness look here, right? And it maybe could be a little bit of a factor for her to bring in maybe a tad bit more conditioning in the lower body. However, very good look overall. She brings it through, brings it in, wins her class, wins the overall. Nothing to scoff at, okay? Looking over here at Sandra now, what we can see is she's got the good shoulder shape overall, brings everything in, tapers in to the waist, and then comes back down here for the glute development. Glutes from the front, that's how you always know we're looking at wellness when you can see that. Quads and hamstrings, we can see here as well. She's a little bit more of a symmetrical athlete, still clearly dominant lower body, but not as much obviously as Danielle, and I think that that's pretty clear to see here. So the more dominant of a lower body you get in wellness, the higher you're going to place. That's really just how it goes, but she still represents criteria very well and targets that. She's got a tad tighter conditioning in the upper body. I'm not sure if that's a factor at all, but again, she's taking second in this class, so that's not a bad placing at all. Great representation of criteria for sure. So Brianna over here, we can see some shoulder shape. We can see it tapers into the waist, comes back out in the glutes and the lower body overall. So a very good wellness look, especially for NPC. The point is here is that she just needs a little bit more size, a little bit more development, more muscle overall, right? Like I would say a little bit more in the shoulders, a little bit more in the glutes and the quads, and just bringing in that size overall. She's a little bit more symmetrical, right? So she's taking third in this class, and that is something we would see, pretty commonly happen. The more symmetrical you get, the lower your placings are going to go in wellness. So let's look from the back though, because the front is only half the story. So as we can see here, Daniela, a little bit of that shoulder size from the back, just what we should see, tapers in, and really the lower body takes the show from the back, which is exactly what should be happening in wellness. So we can see the outer quad sweeps here. We see a lot of hamstring development, the tie-in, the glute hamstring tie-in, the upper glute development. Overall, very complete wellness look. She's got that three-dimensionality effect to the glutes. It's just a, very, very good. Again, my only feedback would be maybe a tad tighter in the lower body, and that may be something that she applies at future events. Who knows? Overall, though, very good physique, brings it in really, really well. Over here, Sandra, shoulder shape, you can see it. It's bringing in to the waist, and that's all good. Her lower body does look a bit more dominant from the back, but again, it's one of those factors where we need more muscle and maybe a little bit more conditioning. So we're not getting a lot of the tie-in and things at this point, which can be a combination of muscle developed as well as conditioning. So for her, still very good, on par with criteria, great placing. Those are areas that you could look to kind of improve though over time to do better and better on stage. And now looking over here at Brianna, what we can see is the good shoulder shape overall. She does have a very dominant look from the back, but her front pose looked a little bit too symmetrical, right? So this is better from the back. Still needs more muscle and more size, I would say, in the quads and the hamstrings and the glutes overall. But really, you know, great representation of criteria, good physique overall. Now, let's bring in our fourth of this class, the last one in this lineup here. So obviously we have Danielle in the middle, we have Brianna third, and then over here, this is our new addition, Jordan. She took fourth. She interestingly also crossed over into figure, I saw. So she's one of those athletes, again, doing the crossover. We've talked about that a few times on this channel now, where you can go, if you are an amateur athlete, you can compete, you know, in multiple classes. And, you know, a lot of times, if you're trying to figure out which class you want to do, which division, in other words, it's a good idea to try to do both. So she actually did do figure and also wellness. And what we can see here is that, you know, her look is definitely a tad bit leaner than the rest of this class. So she's brought a little bit more of that conditioned look in, and overall that's probably a factor for her placing lower in this group. But also she's definitely the most symmetrical athlete on stage, which you would see, you know, coming across the board with somebody who's going to be doing figure, because figure is all about symmetry, up, down, left, right. So for her, you know, she's going to place lowest in this class, but it's because she's actually just probably better fit for doing figure at that point. She's a bit more symmetrical, up, down. We see all the same muscle groups. We can talk about the shoulders and the waist and the glutes and the quads and the hamstrings, but she's very symmetrical. It's not asymmetrical. It's not lower body dominant as much, so therefore it's not going to produce you know, the same result in the wellness category, where that's where you have to be. And looking from the back, what we can see is all that come to truth. Again, you know, the shoulder shape's all there, tapers in, but the lower body's just not at the same size level, especially not compared to our class winner here, Daniela. But overall, just needs more size, more development, more muscle, and, you know, maybe she just ends up competing in figure, and that's where she sticks, and that's what she wants to do. I don't know. These are just my opinions, you guys. Great representation of the criteria from all these athletes. Great job overall, and hopefully this gave all of you out there a little bit of insight into, you know, what you want to be doing. And we don't talk about this a lot, but I do also offer a free coaching trial, and I just thought of it like 10 minutes ago. I was like, I should bring that up. If you guys want to try to, you know, to learn a little bit more about how to train for wellness division or any other division that you're doing, go do my free trial. The link is in the description. You can pop in there, you go hit that. 7 days to train with me or one of my coaches for free. We give you insight. If you like, I come do these videos so you learn more, so you can do better, and I do the same thing with our free coaching trial. So if you want to get in there and learn 100 times more than you can from these videos, then that's the thing to do. Go hit that button in there, check that out if you haven't yet. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Let me know if you want more wellness, you want more natural wellness. What do you want? Let me know and I'll bring it up. Thank you for watching. Coach Rye is out.